During the project, a software engineer may make a mistake. Sometimes the system software engineer may forget some of the exceptional case routine sometimes, and or we may be adding the misleading routine in our device driver. That similar things happened in the hardware development. During the project, sometimes we can observe that hardware engineer cannot design circuit diagram in the proper way, and then hardware engineer may make the minor mistake. The typical issues due to hardware defect may incur the following symptoms: memory bit flipped and cache corruption and certain reset. Then personally, I went through a lot of software issues due to hardware defect, and then I corrected several case study of hardware defect, and here is the typical scenario of hardware defect. Then sometimes an hardware engineer may make a mistake by replacing the capacitor into the wrong place. Then in this case, voltage drop may happen. In some cases, noise can be introduced into the VIO or specific board. Then in this case, interrupt storm may be identified. Then unexpected issues may occur, such as lockup and hang. And another scenario is the level of voltage is not supplied to the power line as expected, specified in the reference documentation. In this case, peripheral device cannot be executed as expected, and sometimes a peripheral device fails to trigger interrupt when the voltage is not supplied to the power line of the peripheral device. In specific situation, the peripheral device cannot boot up. And then in this case, we can go through unexpected issues like log off IX storm. Then the circuit diagram cannot be designed to robust to EMP shock wave. The static shock is applied to device, and sometimes system stop its execution. So in this case, there is no way to resolve these issues from software point of view. So if the EMP shock wave is applied to circuit diagram, if the circuit is designed to avoid the EMP shock wave, and then you can observe that software is set and sometimes freeze occurs in this case. And in some cases, an device goes through the physical tumbling. Device is not robust to minor physical tumbling, then simply stop its execution certainly, and then due to instability over physical tumbling. Take for example, if your smartphone is not designed to be robust to the physical tumbling, and if you drop your smartphone into the ground, and then in some cases your smartphone will not be working. So here at this point, the point I want to say is there is no way to follow up these issues from software point of view, because there's no way to recover this kind of situation from software perspective. And this scenario is also, it is impossible for system software engineer to follow up these kinds of issues. So here, I'm going to suggest two solutions to follow those kind of issues. First solution is if the specific device is not working as expected, and then we can replace that defective device with another one. And then another important thing you have to do is to mark the defective sample device, and then that will be suspicious of hardware defect. And then you can bring the problematic or defective sample devices to the hardware engineer, and then hardware engineer will measure the signal to make sure that that sample is working fine from software perspective. And then another important thing you have to remember is that every device during the project has their own revision version. What I mean is, if the hardware, your devices is disassembled with the specific peripheral device, each peripheral device has their own revision number. And then after you realize that your sample is not working fine as expected, please check the revision version of the sample, because specific peripheral devices that is coming from another companies may have the defect. After that, defect from hardware perspective can be reported to the third-party companies, and then they will produce another peripheral device with another revision number. So this is another important progress to follow up the defective device from hardware perspective. So in this video, I share some of my experience when I went through the issues due to hardware problem. And personally, I was under tremendous stress because I did not know what to do. There's no peers to support me, help me out at the issues. And my friends, my peers, my followers in LinkedIn were my following my channel. So we're able to this video. I hope that you will not under tremendous stress that I went through in the previous project. Thank you for watching this video. See you next time.